Hello Year 3, welcome back to our class text video. In the previous video we read chapter 2 of part 1 of our book Wonder, and today we will read part 1 chapter 3, which is called How I Came to Life. I like when Mom tells this story because it makes me laugh so much. It's not funny in the way a joke is funny, but when Mom tells it, Via and I just start cracking up. So, when I was in Mom's stomach, no one had any idea I would come out looking the way I look. Mom had had Via 4 years before, and that had been such a walk in the park, Mom's expression, that there was no reason to run any special tests. About 2 months before I was born, the doctors realized there was something wrong with my face, but they didn't think it was going to be bad. They told Mom and Dad I had a cleft palate and some other stuff going on. They called it small anomalies. There were 2 nurses in the delivery room the night I was born. One was very nice and sweet. The other one, Mum said, did not seem at all nice or sweet. She had very big arms, and here comes the funny part. She kept farting. Like, she'd bring Mum some ice chips and then fart. She'd check Mum's blood pressure and fart. Mum said it was unbelievable because the nurse never even said, "Excuse me." Meanwhile, Mum's regular doctor wasn't on duty that night, so Mum got stuck with this cranky kid doctor she and Dad nicknamed Doogie after some old TV show or something. They didn't actually call him that to his face. But Mum says that even though everyone in the room was kind of grumpy, Dad kept making her laugh all night long. When I came out of Mom's stomach, she said the whole room went very quiet. Mom didn't even get a chance to look at me because the nice nurse immediately rushed me out of the room. Dad was in such a hurry to follow her that he dropped the video camera, which broke into a million pieces. And then Mom got very upset and tried to get out of bed to see where they were going. But the farting nurse put her very big arms on Mom to keep her down in bed. They were practically fighting because Mum was hysterical and the farting nurse was yelling at her to stay calm. And then they both started screaming for the doctor. But guess what? He had fainted right on the floor. So when the farting nurse saw that he had fainted, she started pushing him with her foot to get him to wake up, yelling at him the whole time. "What kind of doctor are you? What kind of doctor are you? Get up!" And then all of a sudden, she let out the biggest, loudest, smelliest fart in the history of farts. Mum thinks it was actually the fart that finally woke the doctor up. Anyway, when Mum tells this story, she acts out all the parts, including the farting noises. And it is so funny. Mum says the farting nurse turned out to be a very nice woman. She stayed with Mum the whole time. Didn't leave her side even after Dad came back and the doctors told them how sick I was. Mum remembers exactly what the nurse whispered in her ear when the doctor told her I probably wouldn't live through the night. "Everyone born of God overcometh the world." And the next day, after I had lived through the night, it was that nurse who held Mum's hand when they brought her to meet me for the first time. Mum says by then they had told her all about me. She had been preparing herself for the seeing of me, but she says that when she looked down into my tiny mushed up face for the first time, all she could see was how pretty my eyes were. Mum is so beautiful, by the way, and Dad is handsome. Via is pretty, in case you were wondering. And that is the end of chapter 3. What do you think of this chapter? When Mum was first in the delivery room, the first thing she said was there was a nice nurse and there was a nurse that wasn't so sweet. Towards the end, did Mum still think that the nurse wasn't sweet? Did she change her mind, and why did she change her mind? Also, when August was born, everybody made such a big fuss about the way he looked. They even prepared Mum for when she was going to see him the first time. But what happened when Mum first saw August? Did she react the way everyone thought she was going to react? Join me again in the next video so that we can read chapter 4 and find out what happens together. Thank you, year 3. See you later.